yeah, 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 yeah. Shake it, but keep pointing out all the lies. Putting the scripture right in your eye. The Bible guy, he reads Hebrew and Greek and shows you that your book's not unique. The Bible guy, he turns through the pages until every Christian rages. The Bible guy, watch one time and you're hooked. Now let's watch why the Christians get cooked. The Bible guy.
Howdy, howdy, folks. Bible Guy here, coming at you live from Northeast Texas. How are we all doing today? Make sure that you tap that screen. Share the live with those you love, with those you hate, with your friends and with your enemies. Let's get the word out there so we can have some interesting conversations about the Bible and why should I believe in your God. Oh, actually, I should probably change that. 1 second. But I guess I'll bring up a guest while we're doing that. Liam, number one, are you at least 18 years old?
Yes, I am.
And what pronouns do you go by?
He, him is fine for today.
And are you a theist?
Do I believe in a God?
Yeah.
Yes, I believe in God. That's why
Oh,
I'm so great. That's why I'm so grateful today that the Supreme Court had another victory for women, in their own private spaces and in
yeah.
their sports. So
Gross. Sounds like injustice was done today. Fantastic.
injustice?
Yeah,
Wait,
injustice.
what is a woman? What is a woman?
A woman is an adult human whose personal identity aligns with their personal
No,
schema.
3 words or less. 3 words or less, please.
No, sorry, you don't get to dictate how many words are in my
Oh,
definition.
no. So, okay.
So a woman is an adult human whose gender identity aligns with their personal schema on the female sex.
Whose gender? So it's subjective. Anybody. I right now, if I wanted to transition right now, I can be a woman.
Wanted to transit. What do you think it means? It means to transition. By the way, you know that the trans and
self-identification. Self-identification.
Yeah, and are you able to just flip your mind like that?
Absolutely. Why not?
Well, that's not.
That's not how I just became an atheist. I just became a Democrat, and I just became trans.
Liam,
how do you know I'm a liar?
Liam, I don't talk to dishonest people.
Did
you just come up here to be a transphobe?
Muting.
All right. Crash out Queen right off the bat. Man. Not Liam, yeah. Well, boo Liam, and we got rid of him already. So hopefully we'll get someone in here who's not a dishonest liar. What does the Bible say about being a liar, Liam? I hope you have fun burning in hell. Let's see. Where did I put? There we are. Fantastic. Because you're a Christian, that's how we know you're lying, right? He's a Christian, therefore we know he's lying because he's talking. This guy used to frequent Jen's lives, and my God, he's still on his shit. Yeah, that's true. Low tier. Do you want to talk to Christians or not liars? That's the problem. Is like if you talk to Christians, you're more often than not going to be talking to liars. But like, it would be fine if he wasn't just so disingenuous. Like we know he's not telling the truth when he says that he identifies as a woman. We know that he's not because especially since he already said that his pronouns are he, him. So, it is what it is. Guys, I got a new sound for the soundboard today. And Liam, this is for you.
Hey, I wrote you a song! It goes a little something like this. Fuck you!
All right. Everyone, make sure you tap that screen, share the live with those you love, with those you hate, with your friends and with your enemies. Let's get the word out there so we can have some honest conversations about the Bible is bullshit, Christianity is false, and Jesus is dead. I'm half considering keeping up my pride flag past the month of June just to piss off the atheists. The person could change their gender in the next 5 minutes, so we may call them man, but now he is a woman. A Maverick being frank, why don't you just tell us you don't understand how gender identity works? That'd be fantastic. Save us all time. But anyways, Christians, call on in. Let's have a conversation. Here, I'm gonna do with this person over here. There we go. All right. Anyways, hey, Lady of Heaven, good to see you here. Sky Plays, good to see you. How's everyone doing today? I go to see. Oh, there it is. We got Aaron's Gundam, and we got Velvet Worm, Forum, Live Lich, the Phoenix, Silence Moon, No Caps Please, the Mineral Tree of Doug, and so many more. Hello, Nicole. Sedimentations, my fellow pebbles. Sedimentations to you as well. Guys, also a quick reminder that this upcoming Thursday is the birthday of a very special young lady. Arwen's daughter has a birthday this Thursday. So, if y'all could please go into the description of the YouTube video down below, you'll find the Amazon wish list for birthday presents for Arwen's daughter. It would mean a lot to me if you guys could buy her some stuff. Be super appreciative. Me personally, I'm going to be buying her a bed for her new bedroom. So if you guys can do your part and buy her something nice in the Amazon wish list, that'd be much appreciated. Did they reach their goal? I don't know. Let's take a look and see what the GoFundMe is at right now. It looks like the GoFundMe is sitting at 93% of the way to the end of the goal. $16,707 saved, which, you know, is doing a lot. Randy Schermerhorn sent $130. Jennifer Coolin, $120. Vita M. Holguin, $100. Anonymous, another $200. So everyone is doing their part, and it's so appreciated. And Arwen is going to be moving into their new apartment in the next 2 weeks, which is also fantastic. I want a purple brand mattress, but that's like $2,000. That is crazy. That's crazy for a mattress. Anyways. Hello, HLT. Good to see you. Girly girl said I blocked that loser. Who are we talking about? Maverick being Frank? Yeah, I already took care of that. Boo like a ghost, not like boo. Oh, boo. Hi. There's almost always 4th of July sales on mattress, just for your information. Oh, well, perfect timing then. Arwen's gonna need a new mattress pretty soon, so you know, that might be the next thing we need to invest in. That way we can make sure that she gets a good night of sleep. Anyone else not seeing the request boxes right now? Well, it's definitely there because we had that loser Liam already call in. So surely the other theists should be able to call in right now. Hello, God's 30-foot penis. I'm telling you, every few weeks you have to change your name so it gets a little bit bigger every week. Hello, Sticks. Good to see you here. Come on up, Christians. Yeah, actually, yeah. Show us the power of the Holy Spirit and that God gives you guys the right words to say. Guys, I'm so ready to overthrow this government. I don't know how we're going to survive another 3 years of this shit. Honestly, same. Yeah. HLT says, "Hey, Dormouse." That's Dormouse. At least there's still birthright citizenship for now. They're all spamming Christ before Jesus. Who's spamming him? Trump is literally putting Nazi symbols on the White House now? Wait, what? What are we talking about here? Have you and Tom Rabbit ever been in the same place at the same time? Never, always on some limited number of times? I messaged Tom Rabbit on TikTok a while back. What did I say to them? Let me see. And I never got a response. Let's see. At least I think it's Tom Rabbit. Guys, if anyone out there does know Tom Rabbit, reach out to them for me and tell them I would love to have them come on my show, if not for at least 5 minutes, just to talk to them. Because, you know, I'm constantly getting told that I sound like Tom Rabbit.
Hello. My audio is gonna be quality is gonna be bad, but
Oh wow.
I thought I'd come
Howdy,
mess with you with painting.
Hello, howdy, partner.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. I already had a transphobe come up and try to make the conversation about trans people.
They really don't have much anything else to do but just hate on individuals for living their best life.
Yeah, when you're a Christian who doesn't know jack shit about the Bible, the only thing you can do is obfuscate to talking about some other topic that you're also ignorant on, but you're not aware of the fact that you're ignorant on it. But that pretty much sums up Christianity to a T. Being ignorant and not realizing how ignorant you are.
So I'm doing a landlord special and I'm painting vinyl.
You should like paint a dick on the wall.
I don't think my boss would like that.
But you just paint over it. But like if you look at it from the right angle, you'll be able to see just the slightest like bit of difference in the paint. It'll be like your signature.
This surface is not meant to be painted at all. I'm doing it anyways.
Girly girl says, "I'm a trans woman and I am exhausted." Girl, you and me both. Saint Brown says, "Is it true that Christianity stole from pagan traditions and made it a holiday?" That is very much overblown, I think. There's a lot... there's very little of Christmas and Easter that actually do go back to paganism. That's more something that's just popular on the internet, but not necessarily rooted in like history. I remember learning a long time ago, oh yeah, the goddess Ishtar, and she has a like a symbol of rabbits and eggs, and it turns out that's not true. As a total noob, how does one request up? There's a little pink and blue person at the bottom of the screen. If you click on that, that will be you requesting up. Anyways, I already showed everyone my new button. Can't see it. You might not have the ability to request up then.
I wrote a little song for you button. Yeah, I'm up here, so the request is there.
You have to have a certain number of followers and whatnot in order to be able to come up on a panel. Someone said, "Do you take trans to and from work, or do you take the subway?" Exhausted one. What? Trans as an adjective, it means opposite. Trans and the word trans and transgender isn't short for transition or transverse or anything like that. It's an adjective. It means opposite. Can I ask you a quick question? Says Silent Mark Plays. Yes, you can. Since you are not able to come up, you can ask me a question. Maybe you don't believe in God because you don't like your life. I do actually love my life, and I still don't believe in your God. I'm a Brit living in the US. Okie dokie. Hello, Governor. Unfortunately, that was a question, and you're only a little one. Hey, at Ashlyn and at the Bible Guy, it's Nico. Hope you are doing good. Hey, Nico. Good to see you. I would not have recognized you with that name and face. Whenever I grew up, we had religion pushed on us at school. Yeah, I heard that, you know, they're very... So why do you think it is that the UK, which does have a state religion, leans more atheist than the US, which allegedly does not? That is a good question. Hi, it's late. Yeah, maybe it's because it's pushed on y'all so severely that people like are less interested in it. Which, you know, makes sense of human psychology. Religion was pushed on us. I grew up a Jehovah's Witness. You accept it quietly or you're shunned. Yeah, the shunning is pretty bad in the Jovies. They're doing that in Texas now? Yeah. In Texas, they've made it a thing where now you have to read the Bible in school. Hey, it's Aaron, the only way to pronounce it. I just find it fascinating because we had it taught to us in public schools from literally kindergarten. Well, maybe Texas will be filled with more atheists now that they... Wouldn't that be like the irony as if they made it to where the Bible was read in public school and as a result, more atheists were in Texas? One can hope. Dalton, we talked about this. Sorry, Aaron, my memory is very small. I remember us talking on the video call. I don't remember almost anything we talked about. What about winter solstice and Christmas? The winter solstice is on December 21st. And it goes all the way till the 23rd. And Christmas is on the 25th. So while they are very close to one another, they do not fall at the same time. Very grateful that even though my parents were Christian, it never pushed into me. That's good. Do you know a good resource for a comprehensive Bible breakdown? An Introduction to the Hebrew Bible by John J. Collins is a good place to go. Or Dr. Joshua Bowen's book, An Atheist's Introduction to the Bible. Forcing religion on children is disgusting. I agree. Is it true that Jesus' dad made him fight his brother to see who has higher power, or is this false? That is not in the Bible. No. It is neither real in reality, nor is it real in the Bible. Gee whiz. What's going on? We only had Introduction to the Bible by John J. Collins. Yeah, John J. Collins. An Introduction to the Hebrew Bible. The beauty is you don't have to believe that you're condemned means nothing, even if means nothing to you, even if the Lord let you have a chance. Well, it's a good thing that Firestar Lord, that hell doesn't exist and that Jesus is dead, and that your God's a phony, a big fat phony. I just want to thank you and others like you, like Justin, for example, for what you do. I know you get tons of flack, but you are doing good work. Thank you, Silent Mark Plays. Much appreciated. At the Bible Guy official, what is your take on the infancy gospel of Thomas? It's a very interesting story, but I don't think it has anything to do with the historical Jesus. I think it's fan fiction. Especially since it's like such a late work. If you're not thinking of the safety of the ship, then you do... What the fuck is this person going on about now? If you're not thinking of the safety of the ship, then you do not love your mother anyway. That makes you love to less. What ship? I'm in a house. Tell me what you care about. It doesn't matter if it cannot be on a ship of salvation. Do you not listen to the captain of it? Well, sadly, Firestar Lord, or not sadly at all, the ship of salvation doesn't fucking exist. If I got on the ship of salvation, I would just fall into the water. I think it's wild that they have Jesus bringing a kid back to life just to tell the parents that Jesus didn't push him off a roof in the infancy gospel of Thomas. Yeah, interestingly enough, there's a movie that came out a couple of years back that that played on the infancy gospel of Thomas a little bit. It was called The Young Messiah, and they had Jesus bring a kid back to life after he got killed because the devil killed him. And as a kid, it was and the kid and young Jesus doesn't know that he's the Messiah. He's just like the kid who has all these powers and he doesn't know why. The ship of salvation from the wrath of the captain, apparently. I'm a blockity block him, said HLT. Firestar Lord, come over to TikTok and call on up. Stop being such a keyboard warrior. It's annoying. It's only been 27 minutes, but do I need to do a restart already? I'm worried that because John is live right now. Oh. Silent Mark.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Excuse me. I just figured it out. So I was trying to join on the desktop before, and there was no icon. But on the phone, there is.
Yeah, on the desktop, there is no icon to join live. So that's great.
I didn't realize that. I'm a complete noob to the TikToks, so you have to forgive me for that.
You're fine. Yeah.
But yeah, I was just kind of following up on what I said before, really. Just that I find it so interesting that, as children, we were taught, and like my family aren't religious, and so I wasn't raised religious, thankfully. But in school, they taught these things like they were facts. Things like Noah's Ark. We got taught that the giraffes got their long necks because they couldn't reach the leaves, and so God gave them long necks and things like that. Like just insane nonsense
that's
of the highest order.
That I don't know if that's worse or better than the idea I had as a kid that one day Chuck Norris uppercutted a horse, and that's how we got giraffes.
I think I'd prefer that one. At least it has a better visual.
Yeah.
But it's just interesting that I don't really know. Well, I mean, I'm in the States now, so there's religious people all over the place. But where I grew up, I didn't really even know a lot of religious people. Like it's rare to encounter someone who would tell you that they read the Bible or even go to church, and yet it's something which we literally are taught like it's absolute immutable fact right from the first day of school, and yet we just all seem to abandon it on our own for some reason. And I don't really understand why that is. Where it's supposed to be all about freedom, and freedom of religion, freedom from religion, and so forth, and yet you guys just lean into it like hardcore.
Yeah,
It's so weird.
it is a weird problem, but I feel like with all the religiosity that we got going on right now in the government, that's going to result in a bit of a backlash from people.
Yeah, it's crazy. And like someone was saying, I have a friend in Texas whose wife is a school teacher, we've been talking a little bit about this Supreme Court business, and I don't even know if she's religious or not, but she's really bummed about this whole thing. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to name names or anything like that, but she's just really personally bummed about this whole thing, and that there's these new rules that they're going to be expected to follow, and again, teaching. And does this apply to all religions, or is it just Christianity? Because that doesn't seem fair, right?
Right. If I was in these teachers' positions, I would teach the Bible, but I would, be a little bit. I would be doing a little bit of sabotaging. I would be like talking about, remember that time, everyone, that David, cut off 200 foreskins.
Right, just picking up the worst Bible stories. But I noticed that as well in the ruling. They've cherry picked the stories they're allowed to tell.
Oh, I'm sure.
So they can't. They can't just go hog wild.
I bet I could find something to talk about in in those stories. They'll probably talk about Noah's Ark or something like that. I could probably talk about how and this probably resulted in a bunch of babies dying, and just like little offhanded remarks like that.
Little barbs.
Malicious compliance is correct. How many people have joined your lives? They'll join my lives. I always ask them, how did you deconstruct? How did you start, recognizing maybe this isn't true? And most frequently, it's people that say, well, I read it. Well, I looked at it, fucking teach these kids. Tell them this is what this book says.
Mercifully, I'm in a good position because I didn't have to deconstruct because I never constructed.
You're a never believer.
I'm grateful for it because I hear the horror stories from people I know who have deconstructed, and the sometimes abuse even that they're subjected to by their own families sometimes. And
Same.
I'm just so
I don't know
glad I didn't grow up with that.
Can you tell me how old? Like, it sounds like you're a never believer. I am also a never believer. But how old were you, or how old do you think you were when you were like, yeah, this is bullshit?
So I was very young. It's hard in the first few years of school because you're sort of told that, when the teacher tells you something, that's how it is. And so you sort of accept it to some degree. But I was very young because we used to have like school assemblies, and we'd have priests that would come in and give the assemblies and tell the heavily sanitized Bible stories. And it very quickly started to ring that, like, this is nonsense. This is just bullshit. Like, none of this makes any sense. These stories are they're not even well written. They're gibberish sometimes.
Even as stories, they don't make sense.
Yeah, exactly. They're not even internally consistent. And it happened very quickly that I just realized that this is just ridiculous and stupid, and stopped paying attention. And never ever had to do any real deconstruction to speak of. I just grew up this way. But my wife, she grew up very strict Catholic. She's no longer practicing now, but the stories that she tells me about the way her mother treated her over the religion, and how one of her friends asked her to go to church with her one time, but it wasn't a Catholic church, and she was told that she can't eat the little wafers and do all the other things at that church. She can go, she can listen, but she can't take part in any way because that's bad and God will send her to hell, and just crazy stuff like this. And so while she is lapsed and she doesn't practice, you still see and you can feel when you talk to her that it still seeps in, like this guilt, this Catholic guilt that's instilled in children. It still comes through as an adult, and it just makes me sad.
Well, I would argue that is psychological abuse. When adults grow up to have guilt over things that you should not feel guilty for, it's because even when you recognize that you shouldn't feel guilty for that and that it's silly, because it was, I don't know, sort of ingrained in you during your formative years, you can't. People have this fear of hell too, even though they know it's stupid. They know
Right.
it's like fearing clowns. You know it's dumb. Clowns
Yeah.
aren't actually going to hurt you, but the fear is still real, and the
You
fear
say
is
that.
real because they abuse little kids with it.
Yeah. It really is. It really is psychological abuse to make children think that if they step out of line, like it's not like wait till your father gets home. It's like God is gonna fuck you up.
Wait till the ultimate
And it-
father gets home and sets you on
Yeah,
fire
right.
forever.
And it's horrifying, and it really does make me sad to see people who get so sucked in by it that it becomes everything that they are. Like everything is about God and religion and the church and being so hateful towards already marginalized groups of people, the LGBT community, and everything that it doesn't fit their normative Christian way. It is somehow deserving of some sort of hate, or it's like
they
this
have to.
sarcastic pity, and it's like, just get over yourself.
The ideology of Christianity necessitates hate. There has to be an enemy. The
Right.
narration of the God character and the salvation from the Jesus character and repenting for your sins requires an enemy. The story has to have a bad guy. So they target queer people. They target women that, I don't know, are smart and want bodily autonomy.
Right?
They have to have an enemy. This religion, when I compare it to religions like Hinduism or Buddhism, where they're sort of just seeking a higher plane of existence, it's just about self-fulfillment, improvement of one's own being. Christianity, it requires an enemy. It has to have
Right.
someone to be targeting.
Well,
Yeah,
listen,
it's
I-
sad.
I think we're gonna do a restart. That way, I can hopefully get some opposition in here.
Okay, yeah, I've taken up enough of your time. So,
Okay,
get
Bible,
some
Bible guy, I
opposition.
feel like that's a good plan. Before we do that, though, can I ask you one quick question?
Yeah.
Because opposition is going to be more fun. What language would Jesus have spoken?
Aramaic as his day-to-day speech, and then in the synagogue, if he could read, and when he would pray and read in Hebrew.
So, Jesus reads in the Bible, I think, somewhere.
In Luke 4, he goes up and opens the scroll of Isaiah and reads from the scroll.
So I think we have an indication that this character was literate. But I saw in another live this morning that the New Testament is written entirely in Greek. So he was pointing out that not only are all the words attributed to Jesus written decades to centuries after her supposed death by someone that never met her, it would also be written in a different language than she spoke. So, like, the credibility of what Jesus says in the Bible is not only removed by time, it was written way after Jesus was alive, not only removed by, these aren't eyewitnesses, these aren't people that personally met or interacted with Jesus, but it's also disconnected from what he said in language. He wouldn't have spoken Greek. I'm like, this is mind-blowing to me that people just like absorb this hook, line, and sinker, even though that makes no fucking sense. Like, imagine me translating your live right now, but it's someone that has never met you. It's in the year 2084, and they're translating it into, I don't know, Cantonese.
Yeah, based on a memory of what someone else said I said.
What would the fucking credibility of what you said be? It would be zero.
Yeah, no.
Anyway.
Not at all.
Anyway, I was like, in another live, he's like, no, Jesus would have spoke Aramaic. And I was like, I never even thought of that.
Yeah, they actually have the Jesus character sometimes speak Aramaic in the New Testament. Little snippets where he'll say things like Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani, or he'll say to a little girl, Talitha kumi. But otherwise, most of it's in Greek.
Interesting.
All right, guys,
cool.
I'm gonna hop out here. I appreciate you giving me a soapbox to rant from for 5 minutes. Seriously though, do keep doing what you're doing, because for all the grief that you guys get, it's good work, and I really mean that.
All right.
All right, you guys take care.
Well, everyone, we're gonna do a quick restart. Make sure you come on back, and when you do, make sure you share out the live, because we need to get some opposition in here. So here we go. And all right. And fuck it, we're doing it live. Bum, bum.
This is my show! Ah! Ah! Ah!
It's still so funny. Dalton, I'm hungry. Please find souls to eat. Yeah.
I will eat your soul.
That's it. That's my message to the Christians. But everyone, make sure you tap that screen. Share the live with those you love, with those you hate, with your friends or with your enemies. Let's get the word out there so we can have some interesting conversations about the Bible. Somewhere out there's like a technologically illiterate Christian who's flipping through TikTok, and then I just did that voice, and they're thinking, oh my god, he really is possessed. It's fun though.
We are legion, or we are many.
I mean, if I ever do Bible read night and I get to the part where the demons talk, that'd be fun. With the voice changer, I could set up a whole cast of characters where different characters get different voices when I'm reading the Bible. I'd have to be quick on the I'd have to be really quick on the changes. Shadowstar, why don't you come on to over to TikTok and have a call in, because quoting John 3:16 at people is never going to be convincing. Use the voice whenever you read. Use that voice whenever you read Jesus's words, the devil voice. Oh man. Howdy, Equality.
Everyone, please like and share and tap the live. Send it to everyone you've ever met. Send it to Dalton's friends. Send it to his phobes. Send it to his arch nemesis. Did someone quote John 3:16?
Yeah, they did over in the YouTube comment section. Who would be my arch nemesis?
Real arch nemesis might be that Matthew guy. Fictional arch nemesis might be Paul.
So Sticks also said Matthew. That is right. He is basically my antithesis. Actually, right now my arch nemesis might be Shine. Ooh, that reminds me. I'm gonna wait till we get enough people in here so that I can make sure that everyone spreads the word.
Is Shine the douche that said the thing?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna let everyone know about this individual.
Arwen had me block them.
Yeah.
Which I was happy to do, except that they were following me. So I'm like, you are definitely trying to get to her.
Yeah.
But they can solidly go fuck themselves.
Yeah. Everyone, there is a person on this app. Their name is Shine. Allegedly, they're an atheist. Shine, spread the word around, is a bad guy. He has made sexual remarks about Arwen's daughter. Yes, Shine, who is 8 years old as of this week. Yeah. So make sure that you spread the word around that Shine is a piece of shit. Listen, I'm not a violent person, but if someone comes after that girl, yeah. No, not about Arwen. They said it about Arwen's daughter. Yeah. Learning recently that a lot of atheists are just not like us. Yeah, just to show that, you don't have to be a Christian to be a piece of shit. God so loved the world that he put Satan in charge of it. That is true. 2 Corinthians 4:4 says that Satan is the god of this world. And you only get that job if someone gives it to you. Sounds like a Republican? Maybe. They're a huge misogynist. They hate women. All right. We got here triple X shot. Are you at least 18 years of age?
There goes poor Anne. How'd she get anything done with all those kids?
Lou?
Jesus is real.
Nope. Bye, fetus.
Dear child, give your phone back to your parents and also tell your parents to stop abusing you with religion.
Yeah. 6am Gross said, Jesus said, okay, Dad, I guess if you're too dumb to figure out a way to forgive without killing me, I guess I don't have a choice. This is the crazy part, is in the Old Testament, God is fully capable of forgiving people without sacrifices. It's just that somehow in the New Testament, he got so stupid between the Old and New Testament that he forgot how to do that. Yeah, Yeetus the fetus. But everyone, make sure you're tapping that screen. Share the live with those you love, with those you hate, with your friends, and with your enemies. Let's get the word out there so we can have some interesting conversations. There's 46 people in here and only 5,960,000 likes. Let's get to 10,000 and maybe we'll be able to get the word out for a Christian to come on up. Whoa, Peggy, bless me. I just bought a screens tapper and used it this morning. Game changer. Well, put that screen tapper to work, Lathe. Actually, the Bible tells us to control our urges towards women and even no smex till marriage. First and foremost, doesn't say no sex until marriage. Bible doesn't say that. No, Dalton, God so loves the world that he sends obnoxious people with repetitive speech to get on our nerves. Facts. But bring back poetry. Would you like to come up and have a conversation about the Bible is bullshit, Christianity is false, and Jesus is dead? Yeah, it says that women have to marry their rapists. Like, this book is not. It's not it. As stupid as Yahweh was, he got even more stupid. The God of failures. Yeah. Would you say that the adultery umbrella includes no smex before marriage? No, it does not. The only thing that constitutes adultery is if you are a woman and you belong to a man. If you go and sleep with another man, that is adultery. No way. Nah, you know way more than me. All right, I'll take that. Jacob, are you at least 18 years old?
Yes, I am.
And what pronouns do you go by?
Dude, I'm a dude, bro.
I didn't ask.
I'm a dude.
I didn't ask that. What pronouns do you go by?
What pronouns I go by? What are you, like, a little soy boy? I don't understand. What are you? Pronouns.
Also, I feel like a soy boy
I
would
feel
be someone.
offended right now.
I feel
offended.
why are you being such a snowflake? Just answer the question.
My pronouns. I guess he, him. I guess.
And are you a Christian?
Yes, I am a Christian. I feel offended though about the pronoun thing.
Well, don't be such a snowflake. Now, now.
You guys suck.
I'm pretty sure that's a child.
You sit here with your little keyboard, but you ding.
Yeah, that was a child. They're a liar and a child. Hey, Sticks, how you doing, bud?
Yikes! Hey guys, how's it going?
Just sitting here letting people up who are making more people into atheists. What the fuck is that laugh? He knew he was cooked before he came up. So he was laughing because he had nothing to offer us. That's what. Bunch of snowflake Christians. It's a stick up. Oh, is this a stick up? The free will wasn't made to be perfect. It was made to be a masterpiece. Free will doesn't exist in the Bible, Firestar Lord. Most are snowflakes, to be honest. Yes, most Christians are the biggest snowflakes I know. They get offended at the smallest things. You said a bad word. Jesus is more than a failure. It's a perpetual failure. It failed is people now and then and came back as anti-Semitism. Yeah. Favorite Skyrim faction? My favorite Skyrim faction is probably going to be damn. I will go with the the Dawnstar are pretty cool. Vampire Hunters. I think the Thieves Guild is pretty lame. I think that the Dark Brotherhood's pretty lame. I like the Mages Guild. I love magic and stuff. So I'll go with the Mages Guild. Sorry, but the quests for the factions are kind of lackluster generally. I just joined. Is Dalton getting better callers than John? He got trolled after troll after troll today. That sucks. I've been in that position before. But no, we haven't gotten any good callers today. Just a bunch of losers. But yeah, I've been in the position where, it's like troll after troll after troll. And they're mostly like kids who I wish they were. I wish school continued into summer. Like they got 1 week off and then they go right back to school. Duncan, you wounded me to my soul. Well, Lathe, what's your favorite faction from Skyrim? I'm a big proponent of year-round school, and they can still have the same number of days off. Yeah. Take kids need a summer break low-key. No. Nah. If it keeps them off of the app in the daytime, then I'd say keep them in school. All right. Well, we had someone who was going to come up and then they disappeared. Thieves Guild, the boring one. It's fine. It's fine. They get too much time off and they get bored, idle hands and all that. Live visibility restricted? For what? For making people uncomfortable? Fuck you, TikTok. The flags say it all, folks. Yeah, the flag here says that I'm like a loving and accepting person and that I'm not a bad man. The beer one is pretty good. Dalton saw a quote. I don't work for your company, so I don't follow your employee handbook. That's true. That's a good way of putting it. Dalton, can I eat the Skyrim lady soul? What the hell is that? Like CJ, that's not a, I don't know what you think you're doing with that quote. I'm in college now, so my summers mostly are just internships or work. I'm talking about high school kids. High school kids don't need summer vacation. Now, eating lady soul, I love doing that. In that when I do eat, I get all the way up into the soul. Dalton, have you ever watched BattleBots? That sounds like little robots fighting in an arena. I have not. Thoughts on the argument that people send themselves to hell and not God, explicitly contradicted by the Bible, which says that, that God throws them into the lake of fire. They will be cast into the lake of fire. I didn't walk into it. I was cast into it. That's not voluntary. Not Ladybox, Duncan. Yes, Ladybox. You have to capitalize God? No, you don't. Only if you're using it as a proper noun. They call people snowflakes and then get all mad at a rainbow. Yeah. That is true. How are you going to call us snowflakes and then get mad that I have a rainbow on my screen? I think I might just fucking keep it up. Just to keep pissing them off. Just respect for God is... Oh, I have zero... Archie, we have no respect for Yahweh. Yahweh's a piece of shit in the Bible. How can I respect someone that causes innocent women to get raped? How can I respect someone who calls for the death of children? Fuck Yahweh. Damn it, Dalton. The lady who said you hurt her to her soul. I was just joking. Besides, I don't think she has one anyways. True. No one has a soul. Man, where are the fuck are all the Christians that say, what has Yahweh done to earn any respect? Exactly. What the fuck has he done to earn my respect? And don't you dare say the cross. You don't get respect for throwing me a life raft after you're the one who pushed me off the boat.
That dude couldn't even earn a vowel. Hello? Hello? Tetragrammaton joke? Hello?
That was highbrow. I knew what you meant. His name is only made of consonants.
Can you please integrate a
yeah.
That word?
I got you. There you go. It was belated. Let's see. Who made the word atonement in English? Clue, he was burned in public for translating the Bible to English. You mean Tyndale? Did Tyndale invent the word atonement in English? That doesn't sound right. Who invented the word atonement? You guys have a good day. I'm a head out. Well, that's fine, Archie. That pretty much sums up Christians, not calling in, just saying their word and then piecing out because they don't have what it takes to defend their religion. The word atonement was probably not invented by William Tyndale, even though he is often credited with it. The earliest known use appears to be used by Thomas More around 1513, where it meant something like reconciliation or being brought back to and into agreement, hence being at one meant. They have to do their performative Christianity first. That is true. Under 18, by the way? Oh, in that case, Archie, you did, because we do not talk to children. See, I wouldn't have to deal with that if they were at school right now. I saw a TikTok live arguing that Calvinism is biblical. It is. Calvinism, the idea that God preordains who goes to heaven and who goes to hell. Well, that's true according to the book of Romans. Calvinism is like God is a dick, but he's allowed to be because he's God. That's Calvinism.
I think, philosophically, I can make a pretty strong case for Calvinism as well. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. But there are some ways to get around it, but I don't think they're very strong.
At the end of my Christianity, I held to what I would have called positive Calvinism, which is that God has preordained everyone for salvation. Universalism.
Oops.
What were you going to say?
Yeah, I was going to say universalism, but then I got a little pop-up.
Yeah. Why aren't more people Calvinist? because it turns God into a moral monster. And people don't like to think of Yahweh as a monster, but he is. Maybe I need to change the prompt back. Let me see.
I think it's been really slow, like in the debate community in general. Like even the panels that are kind of often filled with opposition from both sides, even those are slow right now. I don't know what's going on.
Here. We'll make this a Q&A episode. This means anyone can call in and ask me anything. I was born in 1991. Okay. I was born in 1996. And you were born in 1993? Sticks?
3 good cats. Yep, you bet.
I remember things about my friends. You're the same age Jesus was when he died. That's how I remember. Allegedly. 1976? Nice. Space is flat. Prove me wrong. I don't even know what that would mean, space is flat.
Unironically, I knew someone that used to argue for that.
I know that the universe is like flat, they say in science, but I don't know what that means.
Actually, to be honest, the topology of the universe is sometimes described as flat, but it's not actually flat. It has a dimension. But...
The Earth is a cube? Someone's been playing Minecraft. But that goes for you too over on YouTube. You're more than welcome to ask questions in the comment section. Just make sure that if you want to ask me a question, that you precede the question by putting a Q and then a colon. That way I know it's that you're trying to ask me a question. We're in a snow globe. That's what some flat earthers believe. The Minecraft world isn't a cube? Missed opportunity. I hereby announce my glorious presence in this live. Glitter. Howdy, partner. I wish we lived in Terry Pratchett's Discworld. I don't know what that is. Question. Why don't we get any stories between the Nativity and adult Jesus? Because it wasn't important to the audience. What was important to them was not the childhood of Jesus, but his ministry, his miracles. And they just didn't seem to think that what happened as a kid was really all that important, because I guess nothing of interest happened to Jesus in that time. They just want to write about...
Depending on what... Sorry, go ahead, Dalton.
They just want to write about what happens leading up to his death.
Yeah, and depending on if, for example, Mark is an adoptionist gospel, Jesus might not have been the Son of God at that time.
Yeah. Mokemeister says, question, do you have any weird pets, such as a snake, lizard, tarantula? When I was a kid, I had a pet, python, whom I named Khan, Khan, after the Jungle Book character. And we didn't have him for long. After he bit my dad, we had to get rid of him. But, we got to hold him, play with him. It was a fun time having Khan around. At Sir Game-A-Lot with a $9.99. Thank you for your donation. No, thank you for your donation. Today's episode has been brought to you by Sir Game-A-Lot. Big W to Sir Game-A-Lot. Hello, Matthew.
Win, Sergey Molat. We dedicate this to you.
Yeah.
How you
Hey,
doing,
buddy. I
buddy?
started reading your paper last night. I got to get into the mindset to read it intently, though.
It's a bit wordy, I have to say, but I'm trying to make sure it covers all the bases. What did you think of at least the abstract?
Yeah, it's interesting. I'd like to see where it goes. I think like within the abstract, I'm already thinking of maybe some not some corrections or anything, but like where my mind goes when I think of this. And so I'm curious to see
that's the
if
kind of
it
stuff
lines
I
up.
want to hear. That's the kind of stuff I want to hear. The bulk of the argumentation relies on section 3.
Okay, awesome.
That's where the real meat and potatoes of the argument lies. The rest of it ties up all the loose ends and keeps everything clean.
Someone who does philosophy saying it does get a bit wordy is terrifying.
Well, it's like 15 pages of wordy, so I do have to admit that.
Let's see. Question: should atheist parents actively teach how bad religions can be, or should kids learn on their own through school and the culture around them? I think that the best way to approach religion as a parent is simply just to, like, for example, Arwen, has a daughter, and she talks about mythology with her daughter at night. In fact, recently they just got through with reading a collection of Greek myths. Just speak about religion, all religions, on the same terms as if these are the mythologies of all these other peoples. And make the Christian mythology sound, because it's easy to, no different than the Greek myth and or the Norse myth, etc. And the kid will grow up not ever taking them seriously because they'll just be another myth. And how bad the religions are, you might not have to talk about that necessarily when the child's young. As they get older and they start seeing people being mean to others and want to know why, you can explain to them that some people are nasty and some people use their religion to justify their nastiness.
A lot of the times when I'm talking about kids, I'll use this phrase a lot when I'm discussing education to the youth. My goal is to educate children on how to think, not what to think.
Yeah.
I will teach my kids critical thinking exercises. I will make sure that when things are factual, I'm teaching them factual things, and make sure they're capable of knowing how to challenge those positions and how to come to accurate information.
At Sir Game-A-Lot again with the $9.99. Nobody talked about Abraham going through the act of sacrificing his son on the altar. If the God didn't stop him, he would have did it. Abraham is a moral monster. I've often jokingly said that if I ever, this would be a fun idea for a book, but like writing a book called The Better Book instead of The Good Book. And it's basically a retelling of biblical stories. But like, for example, Abraham saying, no, Yahweh, I will not sacrifice my kid. And then Yahweh praising him for making the correct choice. And calling it like the better book. Saying things like, thou shalt not own slaves. Women should be equals. Like rewriting it so it's actually a good book.
That's a brilliant idea. You could fix all of the moral bankruptcy. You could correct the story.
Yeah, precisely. Any filters today? I always have filters on, you guys. But I have filters on right now. They're just very subtle. You can't. My teeth look very nice today. My face looks very clear. It's all filters.
I wanted to tell what happened with my kid and teaching them about religion.
Yeah.
I tell them, my eldest is almost 12, and talk to him about stuff. And he's also on the spectrum, so he doesn't do social niceties. And we were at a movie night at his school, and we walk in, and he's looking for one of his classmates, and he finds them, and he goes, "Oh, he's over there." And so we walk over there, and I'm like, "Oh, hi, I'm late. I'm my child's mom." And my child looks and says, "Yeah, we don't believe in God." And I was like, "Why did you just like? Can you not just straight out the gate?" So it was funny. The person actually ended up being a pastor, so that was fun. But yeah, so there is that possible pushback.
Arwen's daughter went to school telling the other kids that God isn't real, and she had to correct her and tell her not to do that.
Yep. I was like, you can't say that. Why? Because people will get upset. Why? Because they do.
Yeah.
So now whenever we meet people, I have to say, can we lead into the we don't believe in God thing? Can it be the third thing you mentioned?
Yeah, for real. It's funny. Kids are, Arwen's daughter knows full well that God doesn't exist. Still believes in Santa Claus.
I mean, presents do arrive.
Presents do arrive. That is true.
There's proof.
I'm gonna save up. Oh God, I'm gonna try and plan ahead. I've never had money for Christmas to buy people present. So this year I'm buying all my loved ones and the people I care about presents. So my mom and my sister, for example. But now I think I might buy something nice for Arwen and her daughter too. Let's see. Hello, Jeff from the End of the Species. Good to see you.
Jeff was doing great early this morning on Heathen Deacon, talking to a couple of Phil bros. He did fabulous. It was very amusing.
At Kai1Co87 question at the Bible Guy Official, what do you think about the passages describing various religious figures with young men? And what do you think of the passage of a number of Christian sites as condemning homosexuality? So there are passages that, like for example, Leviticus 18:22. There is a myth that has been going around on atheist sites, saying that the passage actually says man shall not lie with boy as with woman, as if it condemns pedophilia. This is not the case. The passage does in fact just say you shall not lie with a male as you would lie with a woman is an abomination. And the reason for this condemnation in the Bible is because the Israelites have this worldview where men are supposed to be dominant and women are supposed to be submissive. And so anytime that a man is put on bottom, it is seen as an abominable act and contrary to the nature of man. So if a man tops another man, not only is the man on top wrong for dominating the man, but the other man is wrong for being dominated. Even if a woman is on top, it's seen as a bad thing among the ancient Israelites, to the point where in the story of Lilith and Adam, the whole reason why Lilith gets condemned in the first place is because she tries to top Adam. And this and this was bad in their mind. How the tables have turned. Now men love to be on bottom. It's a patriarchal religion by definition. None of this should be surprising. Yeah. I would love to have Lilith on top since her game a lot. Big W to that. Okay, maybe we'll do another restart and hopefully we'll get some Christians in here. It's really been slim pickings today. Let's see. Where did I put? We'll do the topic of, very open-ended. Why should I believe in your God? Why should I believe in thou God? I say that too, Slim Pickens. I say gee whiz, gee williker, Slim Pickens. I'm very old fashioned like that. But here we go. I'm gonna do a restart. Some days we get lots of callers. Other days, not so much. Maybe it's because I need to start going live later in the day is the problem. I go live too early, and that might be the problem. Maybe I need to start going live at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time instead of 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. That is probably the problem, to be honest. At the Bible Guy, so it is basically misogynistic, right? Yes, it is extremely misogynistic. Question, why tell our kids that Santa's real? Not only is lying to a kid wrong, it has the same damaging effect as God, where kids think that there's a wizard in the sky watching their every move and it's scary. Well, luckily, it doesn't have as long-lasting an effect as the God belief does. And also, people who believe in Santa Claus generally don't use Santa Claus to like perpetuate homophobia and transphobia. But that's enough right now for the Q&A. Now we're gonna try to get some opposition in here. So everyone, make sure you tap that screen. Private eyes are watching you watching your every move. What? Oh, it's a song. Okay. Hello, Samantha. Hello, Mike. Hello, Johannes Gutenberg. Covert Corvus Corax. Hello. Sarah. Howdy, partner. How are you doing today? We are doing fantastic. Just hoping to get some conversations going in here today. Oh. My God is just whatever necessarily exists. The universe. But why call it God? We can't be playing hard and loose and fast with the word God, else it loses its meaning. It's a way to respect that necessary existence. I think the universe itself is necessary. As I cannot conceive of any reason why or how the universe could fail to exist. Just for clarification about the nickname Low Bar Bill for William Lane Craig. Oh, this is from yesterday. From Simeon Urchin. It's because that one clip that Paulo Gia made go viral of Bill in an interview saying, I lowered the epistemic bar for Christianity. Even if it was a 1 in a million chance of being true, it's worth believing. And Mr. Deity suggested his new name should be Low Bar Bill. That's funny. I've been watching old deconstruction videos when the Bible Guy was in his Lex Luthor phase. It was fun. Yeah, I'm kind of on an opposite sort of thing going on right now, where I'm just gonna be growing my hair out now. I saw a picture of myself of what I would look like with hair that goes down to my shoulders, and now I kind of want to make it happen. Listen, guys, I'm just trying to look more like Aragorn every day. That is the goal. JW says God believes in you. No, he doesn't. All right. Looks like we have a guest. Jax. Jax, are you at least 18 years old?
Oh, am I on here?
Yeah, are you at least 18 years old?
Yes.
Well, are you an American?
Yes.
What's a W-2 form?
I have no clue.
Don't lie to me, kid. You should grow it long at least once in your life. Yeah. We'll grow our hair out to a shoulder length. Start dressing like a modern day Aragorn and see what that does for me. Child or Nepo baby if you don't know what a W-2 is. Yeah, precisely, Samantha. Can I get an adult to call in who knows something about the Bible? That'd be great. Or just an adult who believes in God. Come on. But yeah, I have a photo here of what I would look like with long hair. Maybe you can if you stop wearing makeup. No, make me. I look hot as fuck and you're just jealous, Leon. Let's see. Yeah. There we go. Let me pull this picture up. Yeah. This is what I would look like with long hair. And I kind of want to make it happen now. Yeah, it'll be a total Aragorn thing going. I don't know how long that would take me, though. And I'm very impatient. But I'm willing to wait to make it happen. Because I look at this photo, I'm like, fuck, I want to make that happen. I've never had hair that long before. Thank you, Functional High. Thank you, Sean. Yeah. Everyone on TikTok, let me know what you think about that. Kind of a Danzig vibe. What's Danzig? Someone's like, get a wig. Minoxidil has helped my hair grow faster. Strider the Bible Ranger kind of favors Jimmy Snow Jr. Oh yeah, if there's someone out there that I need to ask about growing their hair out long, I guess Jimmy would be the guy to ask, wouldn't he? Glenn Danzig. Okay, let's take a look at that on the Google search. Glenn Danzig. He does not look great. Maybe when he was younger, but his new pictures. Oh, hi, Arwen. Did you give your dad a nice haircut? You've probably heard Mother at least. Yeah, he's looking rough now, but I meant nice. He's looking fresh. Nice. We were just talking about here on the show that I'm going to be growing my hair out. And we got a few things from the P.O. box. Here, send me a picture. I love that. Send me a picture and I'll show it to the audience. You can grow your hair out, but can you lead an army of the dead? I will fucking do it. I'll fucking do it, guys. I can't right now. Okay, later. But yeah, guys. Like, listen, guys. I will sit in the corner of a pub. You know, with my long hair. I will lead an army of the dead. And then I will tell some short people that no one, you bow to no one. How do I send you a picture? Says Sean. How do you send me a picture, Sean? Is that what you're wanting to know? I mean, you can take a picture and then you can send it to me on TikTok. The message set on TikTok. That's how you can send me a picture. Sean. Oh, and Sean just sent me a picture. Okay, here. Check your DM. Yeah, here, let me take a look. Messages. On TikTok, on my computer, this is not supported. So I guess I'll have to. Let me see. Cactus says, how do I open my door? You put one foot in front of the other, and soon you'll be walking out the door. Why is it not showing up? Probably shouldn't believe in God, but don't live out on us. Faith exists for a reason outside of debate. You have it. What? Live out on us? I'm a fucking leftist. So of course I'm going to be very liberal. Hegel and you lost. I don't know what Hegel means, but what did I lose? Christians, theists of all brands, come on up and have a conversation with me. Sean Curtis says, why shouldn't I? Because we don't. Oh, shit, Sean. Okay. You did have a mullet. Business in the front, party in the back. I'm loving that. Here, everyone. Here's a picture of Sean from back in the day. Ain't nothing leftist about liberalism. Ultimately, Marx was right about faith, why it exists and what it does. All right. That's a badass mullet. I agree. A couple of months ago, I was playing around with ChatGPT, and I got it to basically design like an outfit sort of selection of that's kind of like it's called it was like, what if Aragorn was around like today, how would Aragorn dress? That's also when I grow my hair out, that's the kind of look I gotta start working towards. CG says, yo, I'm new here, would you mind explaining your views just so I understand? My view is that I don't believe in God because no one's given me a reason to believe in God. Why am I trying to be Aragorn? Why not? Aragorn's pretty badass. Wouldn't you agree? Tiny says because Gandalf is taken and he is me. That's good, Tiny. Because Gandalf is me and I am he. Is that how the quote goes? It's been so long. Maybe on I would like to do a Bible Guy book club sort of thing, and to be able to read the Lord of the Rings books. Has anyone ever tried to talk to you about Jesus? Brooke, I love it when people try to talk to me about Jesus. Would you like to try to be one of those people right now, Brooke? Because I'm not convinced that Jesus is who Christians claim he is. I've not yet heard a good argument for it. Still no guest? Not today. Not yet. No one good. We had one guest. And it was Liam, and he came in being a transphobe right off the bat. Why? Who do you think he is? I think he's a dead Jewish guy from 2,000 years ago. At best. At the Bible Guy, as a guy who just grew his hair out to that length, be prepared for at least 3 to 6 months of awkward looking hair. Yeah, I know. I gotta listen. I already have a solution for that. For growing my hair out, that awkward stage between short and long hair, wear a hat. That's what I did when I was bald and I grew my hair back out. In the in-between stage, you just wear a hat. Mr. Parsley says, if he existed to begin with, much contention there. Yeah, it's not, the evidence isn't all that great. Sean, promise Eve was framed, joined John and I this morning. Promise. Eve was framed, joined John and I. Promised? She's great. Do you make content not related to religion? I have a channel called Just Dalton on TikTok where I do non-Bible related stuff. But I don't have a lot of content on there right now. But listen, guys, if we did book club, Bible Guy book club, and we read through Tolkien literature, would you be down for that? Because I have yet to read through like The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. I'll have to buy a physical copy. Someone said I'm in. I would. Yes, I'd be down. Yeah, okay. Here, I will do a poll on TikTok and YouTube. Let's see. Will there be a soundtrack playing? Yes, there would be. Let's see. Custom. Let's see. Edit. All right. Should we do a Lord of the Rings? And then change this to yes. Change this to no. Save. And there we go. Now to do it on YouTube. I'm still learning all these things, everyone. So, let's see. Oh, here we go. Start Q&A, start a poll. Here we go. Should we do a Lord of the Rings book club? All right, there you go. Everyone put your votes in. I wonder if anyone out there, I mean, this is probably a thing because there are people out there who love D&D. There's got to be like a D&D thing where it's set in Middle Earth. And the available races that you can play as are only the ones that are that actually exist in the Lord of the Rings universe. Why have this question? You already have too many rebuttals in your mind. Carlin, is this you knowing that there's no reason to believe in God? Is that what I'm getting from this, Carlin? I'm into D&D and I can't think of one, but I guarantee there's a Middle-earth campaign, probably multiple. Matthew says there are Lord of the Rings tabletops. D&D also has some really good book series. So the books we would read, obviously we would start with The Hobbit and we would go towards, The Fellowship, Two Towers, and The Return of the King. And then after that, the person I would probably ask for advice on this, on what book to read after that, would obviously be Arwen. She's the expert. So I'll probably get her input on this. Why should we believe in your identity crisis? I don't have an identity crisis. I'm the Bible guy. I know who I am. None ya business. Would you like to come up and express yourself? Because I know who I am. You wear lipstick sometimes, yeah. That has nothing to do. Has nothing to do with an identity crisis. I still know who I am. They were being transphobic. Oh, I'm sure they were. I'm not trans though. I'm a straight, heterosexual man, cis man. But I just recognize that I look good as fuck. Oh, everyone, none of your business is a pussy. But only if the book is in the public domain. That's why we would probably do it on my Discord. I think Ian does book club on his Discord, so we'll probably do the same thing on my Discord. Always attacking the Christian God, and the reason is Jesus is the only God. Please keep attacking it is. CC, no, there are actually lots of gods that people believe in. Your religion isn't special. And this isn't just about Christianity. This is about all gods. Nice try. Someone said, I read the Silmarillion in Spanish. That's wild. Let's see, let me message her. I did a Lord of the Rings book club thing. What book would you suggest I read after Hobbit and the Lord of the Ring books? Yeah, they do have a persecution complex. Crazy mad persecution complex. Christians get a huge hard on for thinking that they're persecuted. Link to the Discord, please. Yeah. The link to the Discord is in my my link tree in my bio. All right, 4 more minutes for doing the voting, and then we'll see what the results are. This music makes me want to grab a coffee for some reason. I need to get more music to go in the background because I'm sure like listening to this one on repeat would kind of drive people crazy. I feel like I'm on hold. Please wait on the line. Your call is very important to us.
Your call is very important to us. Please wait.
My cat is eating my fingers. Love that. Man, the Christians just aren't. They ain't about it today, are they? Not a single brave bone in their body. It's not just Christians. Muslims can call in, Hindus. As long as you believe in a God of some kind, you can come on up right now and give me a reason to believe in that God. Jesus knew you would reject him. Wow, what a cope. What a crazy cope. Maybe because it's the most boring of the Iron Age mythology. Ooh, a minute and a half left for voting. Everyone make sure you put your vote in. This will determine the future of Bible Guy content. Someone saw my outfit, I'm alt, and started praying to God for me to repent. It was so funny. I really thought you were about to say that they started praying to you. I know there's a lot of people out there that really love alt people. "30 seconds left on voting, and then we will see what the results are." And then after the vote, we'll do a restart, and if we don't get any guests, then, you know, in the next 30 minutes, I will probably call it for the day. I will be putting out, as soon as possible, a reaction video to the new David movie, the cartoon that came out recently. So everyone keep an eye out for that. All right. Looks like the results are on the TikTok side for should we do a Lord of the Rings book club. The overwhelming majority is yes, we should. And on YouTube, the answer to the question, should we do a Lord of the Rings book club? The overwhelming majority answer is yes. So it looks like this will be what we are going to do moving forward. I will figure out how to do a Discord thing. So guys, you all got to get on the Discord now. And if you want to participate in the Lord of the Rings book club, I will be reading it with soundtrack and everything. Maybe with pictures in the background for visuals. Yeah. We're going to do a quick restart on TikTok. And hopefully we'll get some brave enough Christians to call in and debate us. If not, that might just be it for the day. So let's take a look. Yeah, I might just have to start going live later in the day to get any opposition in here. Maybe everyone's at work is the problem right now. But Sir Game a Lot, thank you for your donations for the day. That scene from Shrek 2 with Donkey sitting in the back seat. Oh man. No, Jesus is not real. Jesus is dead. Supersonic style 777. Jesus is a big heckin' dead boy. But if we don't get any callers in the next 30 minutes, we're going to call it for the day.
I wrote you a song! It goes a little something like this! Fuck you!
All right.
Hello.
Looks Max, are you at least 18 years old?
Yes, I'm 21.
And what pronouns do you go by?
I'm him.
All right. And are you a God believer?
Yes.
Alrighty then. Why should I believe in your God?
Why should you believe in my God? Because I think that the first thing for you to believe in my God is the fact that you need to have some type of faith. So if you don't have faith, then I can't make you believe in something. You know, it's something internal.
That's not telling me why I should believe in your God. That's telling you. That's all that's telling me is that you have to have faith in order to believe in my God. But you're not telling me why
that's what I'm
I
saying.
should believe in your God.
Yeah, and in order for you to believe,
is your God real?
Historically, yes, it's real.
How can I know that your God is real? Is it just believing in something without evidence?
Scripture.
Ooh, that's not going to be very.
But
good.
let me ask you this before we get into it. Do you have any type of faith or belief?
I beliefs. I don't have faith.
You don't have faith in anything. It doesn't have to be religion. It can be other things.
Faith as being defined as belief in something without evidence? No.
So, like, do you have faith that in the future, like, you're gonna have kids?
No, mostly because I'm planning on getting a vasectomy.
Oh, yeah. Never mind. I can't speak with gay people. Sorry.
I'm not gay. I'm straight. I just don't want to have weak sauce. Kiwi bear. Are you
Hello.
are you at least 18 years old?
19.
And what pronouns do you go by?
She, her.
And are you a believer in some sort of God?
Yes, Jesus Christ. I'm not going to sit here and say why you should believe in my God, mainly because of the fact that, it's not about believing. Oh my God, where?
Yeah, exactly, Jovan. Womp womp. Lame. Ugh, I can't wait for school to start again. Me too. Just ship them all off to boarding school for the whole year. Fuck them. The Bible supports slavery. It's ridiculous to pretend it doesn't. Yeah. Best argument of the day so far, though. There hasn't been a single. The problem is, no one today has given an argument. You can't have a best of something that's not been given. Jovan, I hope that you've had a more successful day than I have. Hey, I'm having trouble finding my faith in God, and honestly, I've seen shit in the Bible and it's bad. Well, if you want to come up and talk about it, you're more than welcome to call in. I'm willing to pile on more of the shit that's in the Bible. I think I don't believe it anymore. Good. Also, Bob says that I think my ancestors were rats. I don't think that. I do think that you are a rat, though, Bob. Like present tense, you are a rat. A goddamn dirty rat. God can save and heal you? No, he can't. He'd have to exist. Their religion is based on where they were raised, nothing more. Yeah, exactly, Paige. I'm sorry to hear that. I've been in that same exact situation. And yeah, God doesn't save people. Why don't we take Buddha's name in vain? Because as Americans, Buddhism isn't the prominent religion. You should not believe in a God if you don't feel a need to. Well, thank you for that. Buddha isn't the god of Buddhism. Do you not know that? You'd have to read the whole thing to critique it. I have read the whole thing. I've read the whole Bible from beginning to end, which is why I can critique it. It's shit. God allows unnecessary suffering. This is true. You should believe in God because obviously we didn't evolve from rats. No one says we evolved from rats, you dumb bitch. People hurt other people because they are all sinful. No, people hurt other people because they're dicks. So you go to heaven, and when you pass, don't die without your lawyer. Heaven doesn't exist. You didn't understand what you read? I probably understand the Bible better than you do. Keyboard Christians, yeah. No, Bob, you are ignorant. We do have a rodent-like ancestor. Yep, but it's not a rat. Christians never take personal responsibility. If it's bad at Satan, if it's good, it's God. Yeah. No, Christian, it's not funny. It's serious. I probably know the Bible better than you do. What's your biggest critique? The fact that Jesus doesn't fulfill any prophecies from the Old Testament? It's so tiring talking to a bunch of pansy ass Christians in the comment section who don't want to come up and talk to me. I know you don't just by what you said. Oh, I do. But why don't you come up here, Christian, and prove me wrong? Nope, Zechariah 12:10 isn't about Jesus, Bob. Nice try. Yes, I'm gonna go Hobbit, then LOTR, then I need something to follow that. Here, let's try something real quick.
Here, let's go ahead and try something real quick. So, age 43, he, him, right? I do not believe in God. I think Jesus is a big old heckin' dead boy as well. But let's do this. You know far more about the Bible than I do. Should I be ashamed of this?
Should you be ashamed for knowing less about the Bible? Probably not.
Yeah. Probably just means you studied the Bible, right?
Yeah.
So even though I've read the Bible and I can recite a few verses and pull a few verses off the top of my head, there's probably a lot about the Bible I've either like forgotten or misunderstood, right?
Sorry, what was that?
There's probably a lot about the Bible I've either forgotten or misunderstood during my readings, right?
Oh yeah, all of us, for sure.
Yeah, because I really haven't studied it near as much as you have. So if let's say that I was like reading and interpreting something in the Bible and I just got something wrong, right? Like maybe I pulled something from an apocrypha into canon and was saying that it was part of canon, and you corrected me. Should I feel embarrassed if I did that? If you corrected me?
No, not at all.
Probably could say, "Hey, thanks. I kind of should feel bad if I got that wrong."
Warrior.
No, thanks for letting me know.
Warrior for Christ. Are you at least 18 years old?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing good. And what pronouns do you go by?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
What pronouns do you go by?
I'm not sure how to answer that. I'll be all due respect.
Multiple choice: he, him, she, her, they, them.
I am he and him.
And you're a Christian?
I don't know, man. I'm a man of faith. I don't follow religion. I don't follow churches, and Christians are fucking mean.
But your name is Warrior for Christ, so I assume that you believe in Christ.
Yes, I do, but I don't follow Christians. I know this sounds off the books. It's not biblical, but you know, I'm not going to sit there and be judgmental, and blaspheming somebody because of their belief or their faith. I don't believe in that. We're all bodies together. Does that make sense? Regardless of what you believe, we're all human at the same time.
So why should I believe in your God?
I never was trying to push anything of that nature.
I didn't ask you to push it. I'm just asking for reasons to think that your God exists.
It's out of love, my friend.
What?
It's out of love.
I should believe your God exists because it's out of love?
Love as in respect, but I'm not trying to say anything of that nature.
No, but I'm asking you for reasons to think that your God exists. I'm asking you.
Oh, sorry. My bad. Yeah, I reasons why, I mean, that's just kind of a personal belief. For me, he helped me out in some dire need situations where I needed food or just, I just started praying to him. That's kind of my. Are you asking for a testimony? Or are you going to ask for?
Unless you can prove that food magically appeared in front of you. No, not testimony. I'm just looking for like something that I can see and test for myself to know that would provide me reason to think that your God does exist.
So you want to say, well, the Christians are worshiping some kind of crazy God that I don't follow. So
no, your God. I want to know why I want to reasons to think that your God that you worship is real.
Why is he's real to me?
Okay, but why should I Is it actually real in real life though? Does the God objectively exist?
Through subconsciously, yes.
Is
Through
there
energy.
is there any way for me to know that this God exists?
I mean, if you break down to the atoms and go back to the neuroscience, I'm pretty sure you can find God that way.
Okay, and where in neuroscience will I find evidence for God?
What was it? The Marlin's cube or Jacob's ladder?
Jacob's
So if you
ladder.
really want to be, if you really want to,
Jacob's
go ahead.
ladder.
Yeah.
What is that? I know what Jacob's ladder is in the Bible, and I also know what I know what the piercing called Jacob's ladder is.
Jacob's ladder, if we're talking about like science or anything, that is it's an electrical experiment. It shows that electricity can cross a widening gap. It can break the resistance of air in order to jump from one conductor to another. It doesn't show God in any way, shape, or form. It just shows the way that electrons would move through a conductor.
Right. I mean, by definition, he's correct. But I like to say, because it starts somewhere, it has to, and I believe that's where God is, through energy.
But
Is why-
why? But that doesn't point to a God, though.
I mean, you ever heard of the Merlin's cube? By any chance?
Merlin's cube?
Yeah.
No. What is Merlin's cube? Let's see.
Well, I appreciate it. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. I may not have the evidence, but like everything starts with something, and something always starts with something. Nothing can just magically start from nothing, if that makes sense. So,
Yeah, nobody believes it did. Nobody believes it did, but we don't believe that a God is needed for it either.
right. So, I mean, right. That's what I'm saying. You think humans start something from nothing?
No,
I don't.
Abiogenesis.
I don't think anything comes from nothing.
Yeah, I don't think nothing is a thing that could ever exist. I think to say that there was nothing is a contradiction in terms. Humans ultimately evolved from other species, and this goes back 3.5 billion years to our first universal common ancestor, and that thing was formed from other natural elements through a chemical process.
Right. So, by saying that, where do those elements start? I mean, it has to start on
in stars. Well, stars undergo nuclear fusion, so that lighter elements fuse to form heavier elements. So that's where those elements come from. And there are and where do the atoms come from? They come from protons and neutrons and electrons coming together through strong nuclear force. Those protons and stuff come from quarks. The quarks come from quantum fields, and as far as I can tell, that is the base reality, and nothing else comes before that.
Right. So
they're just comprised of smaller parts.
Right. So, okay, where do y'all think it came from? It has to have a start and an end point.
Always existed. No starting point.
Yeah, it doesn't need a starting point.
So, are we living on a treadmill, pretty much?
What?
Are we
Existence has existed as long as existence has existed, right? There's never been a time where existence has existed without it existing. It just always has been.
Right, but that's not clarifying God exists or he doesn't exist, too. So by saying that, that's like going back. I mean, that's the same theory of God, too, in a way. God was at the...
It's not. We don't see God. We don't observe God. We observe reality. We observe existence, so we know existence is there. We have no reason to assume that existence started because we have no data showing that existence started. We don't say the same thing for a God because we don't see a God.
But if you open your mind and believe there's a God, wouldn't your perspective be different?
I can't just flip a switch in my brain and suddenly believe in a God. Beliefs aren't things that we choose to engage in. We're either convinced that something is true, in which case we will believe, or we're not convinced, in which case we cannot believe.
Right. I'm not.
There's a
I'm-
funny thing with the concept of if, right? If I believed in a God, then I would believe in a God. Yes, that is a true statement. But the problem with the word if is not is. I like to demonstrate to people the difference between if and is in a very, very easy little experiment that you can do just sitting wherever you're sitting right now. Right. If you have your hands free, just go ahead and put them out in front of you like you're ready to hold something. If not, just imagine. If not, just imagine it.
I'll imagine it.
Right. So you're holding your hands out. You're ready to hold things. Right. You got your hands cupped, right hand and your left hand. In your right hand, I want you to put in every if you can think of as far as your argumentation is concerned, as far as your beliefs are concerned. If this is, if that is, if this is, just keep piling those ifs in that right hand. Okay, then in your left hand, take a big, massive deuce. Which hand do you think fills up first?
Well, that's
the left hand, right? The left hand, right?
That's the same theory with the key. The keyhole in the hot dog? You can't push a hot dog through a keyhole. Like I get
No,
it.
that's not what I'm talking about. Just pay attention. The hand you take a deuce in fills up first, right?
Well, in theory, right?
Okay, because your deuce is substance. It's actually something. An if is not substance. It means nothing. It will never fill up anything. Any substance is better than no substance, even if it's shit.
Right. I mean, glory to God. He gave you shit. Right. So I mean, it's
So when you're having an argument, the point is you bring substance to the argument, not if.
right. Well,
You bring is.
so say this for instance, like if y'all decide to believe in God, it could be the Christian God, it could be alien God.
Wait, Warrior. I can't decide to believe in God. I can only be convinced to believe in God.
So
Beliefs
you're waiting-
are not choices.
I mean, is that what religion is based on? Is beliefs?
Yes,
In
but
theory?
you can't. But
Yes.
you cannot choose your beliefs.
Right. I mean, I agree with that, but I mean, you can always like repent though. Repent means change your mind.
I can't just flip a switch and change my mind. The reason I will change my mind is if I'm presented with new evidence that changes my mind. I'm not insane. I can't just like suddenly flip a switch in my brain and suddenly change my mind on a position when I'm not convinced of it.
All right. So, have y'all ever sit down and seen nature?
Yep, I'm looking at it right now.
I see nature constantly. The science is the study of the natural worlds, and science does not show me a God, and the
All right,
natural world does not show me a God.
I'm sorry, guys. I can't. Like, I'm not trying to force nothing on you. It's just if you can't have an open mind and try to see my point of view, then
I have an open
it's hard
mind.
for me.
I have an open mind, but not so open that my brain falls out. I need evidence in order to believe in things.
Right, but I can't follow. If you can't follow what I'm saying, then I can't follow what you're saying. Without
You're not
out of
saying
respect.
you're not saying anything.
I'm following exactly what you're saying. You're talking about nature being beautiful and that it must have a God for it to be so beautiful and so wonderful, and how it works so well and how it allows for us to live and survive and strive and thrive on this world that we live on, and how because of those things, it must be because of a God. I know the argument. I understand the position. But the problem is there's nothing about that requires or dictates a God exists. That's perfectly compatible with a naturalistic position as it is with a theistic position. There's both explain the universe we see around us. So looking at the nature just shows me the nature. I think nature's beautiful. You think nature's beautiful. Great. We come to a different conclusion on why.
Right. Right. So why do you think nature is beautiful then?
Because it's aesthetically pleasing due to the way our ancestors have interacted with it through thousands of generations over hundreds of thousands of years, which has instilled us with a love of the nature around us.
Right. So, by saying that, do y'all believe in magic?
No.
No.
Never been given any evidence of magic.
I mean, look at Houdini, right?
Houdini was an
He was
illusionist.
an illusionist.
The magic
And an
was
escape
not
artist.
real.
So you think all magicians are not magical?
Correct.
You think they're all fraud? I mean, many are.
They're not frauds. Like if you ask Penn and Teller, who are probably some of the most renowned magicians in the world, they'll tell you to your face that magic is bullshit. That what they do is an illusion and it's meant for entertainment and enjoyment, but that magic is not real.
They literally have a show called Fool Us because they want people to fool them into thinking that the thing is unexplainable. Because they understand that it is an illusion, a trick.
I mean, explain the witch's story or the stories of voodoo or even dark magic as well.
You mean
they don't exist?
Stories. They're just stories. Is there any peer-reviewed evidence for magic existing?
I mean, the witch trials.
The witch trials are a bunch of innocent people who were not witches were put to death in the witch trials.
Right.
So it's not evidence of magic. It's evidence of ignorant people.
They're witches for a reason. I mean, they've been practicing.
They weren't.
No, they weren't.
They weren't witches in the witch trials.
The vast majority of the people accused of being witches in these trials were not practicing anything. They were simply innocent people who were accused of doing things, like dishonestly accused, brought up on these charges as a way to harm them. People lied about them.
Right. I mean, I agree with that point. They did lie on them, but
yeah, because witchcraft doesn't exist.
But I'm not going to say
way.
I'm not going to say magic doesn't exist because I know magic does exist. I mean,
you don't know that you believe it. You have no. If you had actual evidence of magic, you would have already provided it. Instead, all you've done is give us stories.
You want me to take my video camera and perform magic and send it to you? Like, I mean,
a video. Why don't
yes,
you? Here,
please send it to me. I would love to see it.
How about this? Use your magic. Well, this is what we'll do. We'll get an unbiased observer to be in person with you. This unbiased person will get 50 individuals and test them. If they have an illness, they get to be part of the experiment. You will use your magic. Use your magic to heal them. And then immediately we test them again, and if they're healed immediately, I will believe that you can do magic.
Who says anything about healing anybody that's supposed to be magic? I'm talking about just regular,
magic tricks are not magic. It's illusions.
Oh, go ahead, send me the video. I need some good content.
So if I can make something appear from thin air on video,
please do. Please do. Send it to me.
Okay.
I can do that on. I can do that. I can do that on video.
Then y'all can do me a favor. Then okay. Then y'all can do me a favor.
Here's my favorite.
All right. If I can,
that's my favorite. What utter horse
go ahead. Send me your evidence. Send me your magic. I need some new content.
Yeah, for real.
I could do some great things with that.
Yeah, look at that. I just made fire up here out of nowhere. I'm magic.
He just made you disappear.
Yeah, magic. Man, that was embarrassing to listen to. Why do people care what Christians think? Because Christians do harm to people.
It's not so much caring what people think. The way it works is that beliefs influence actions. Actions affect people. When those actions start affecting things like legislation or start harming people in like minority communities or marginalized peoples, then it should be spoken out against and it should be stopped from oppressing those around you. It doesn't matter what the topic is.
At Bethos with the €2. Still Pride Month. Love always wins. I agree. Love always
Win Pride.
wins.
Happy Pride.
83% of Congress is some form of Christian. I think that the number I could beat off at a point. So it's all politically motivated. Yes. Christians use the politics to push their personal beliefs on others.
I doubt that all too many of those people are like actually practicing Christians. I'm fairly certain a lot of those people are blowing smoke up your ass.
Yeah. So wait, if you're not a bigot, you're politically motivated, right? Anyways, I don't think we're going to be able to get any more Christians to call in today. This has been something. But anyways, I think I might start going live later in the evening. It seems to be that waiting until 5 p.m. Central Standard Time is probably the better time to go live after people get off from work. Because these Christians are just, I don't know, maybe they're just at work or something. I don't know. Or maybe they're just braver in the evening. Anyways, I've been the Bible guy. Let's see who's live right now that I can send you guys off to. Let's see.
Take a look at my list too.
Looks like Ian is live. So
Ian,
everyone.
Yeah, Ian's live.
Everyone, go over to Ian's live. Tell him that the Bible guy sent you. And with that, I've been the Bible guy. Remember to keep reading, keep learning, and we'll see you all again on Thursday when I go live with Jovan. All right. Matthew, thanks for joining me today.
Always a pleasure.
Peace.
Born from dust and questioning fire, wielding truth like a sword of desire. Ancient scrolls and cosmic flame, he tears through myth, he breaks the chain. Echoes of prophets, the scars align, knowledge and thunder intertwine. Reason ascends where blind faith fell. He reads the word and he reads it well. The Bible guy, seeker of the light. Through time and fire he rides the night, with reason's blade and wisdom's cry. The world shall hear the Bible guy. Scrolls of ages, words aflame. He dares to question